Dear Santa, hi, it's me, Kathleen. You know me pretty well by now because I have a 5-year-old kid, and as you know, they are your biggest fans. And you also know me because your son is that elf on the shelf back in 2012, you know, the one we named Stewie. Thanks for that. He probably told you a lot about us by now, but there's a couple things I think you should probably hear. That little boy, the 5-year-old boy, that's my son. He's awesome. And he wants to be a firefighter when he grows up. And I'm not talking about the fleeting kindergarten career day type of want to be a firefighter thing. This isn't just Halloween. It's not just dress up day. It's not just Purim. It's every day Santa Claus. This kid has a full set of turnout gear on the ready at all times in our house. And he's pretty serious about it. And I don't know that it's going to go away. I feel it's probably my fault a little bit. I was a firefighter for 10 years. By the time he was, thank you. By the time my son was born, I was out of the job for about a decade. And I don't know that it would have even ever come up. So much had changed in the meantime. And if it weren't for the fact that he was so very attracted to those shiny, big red trucks. So I started talking to him about it, and I started telling him what the trucks were for and all the different things that they did. And I was surprised how much I remembered. Be sure you always run with the irons, pair the Halligan bar with the flathead axe. And last fall, we went to like 2 or 3 million fire prevention open houses. Him and every bit of that full turnout gear. There's 2 different kinds. I got back, small smells, familiar smells, diesel engines, hydraulic tools, sooty fire gear. I hadn't smelled those things in a long time. It kind of brought me back mentally. It was a little hard. I have post-traumatic stress disorder, and it's not from being a 17-year-old. I started when I was 16. It's not from being a 17-year-old kid loading people into helicopters, climbing into crumbled up cars, or from watching an entire family be pulled out of their house and trying to save people of all different shapes and sizes. That's part of the job. That's what I signed up for. And I felt like I could do something. Being a firefighter to me meant being empowered. It meant having the gear and the tools and the team to get a job done and to be able to make a difference. And my son has a big heart. I think he gets that, some part of him. He's a smart kid. So I have PTSD because I was the girl in the locker room. When those trucks came back in the station and we put the gear away, my workspace wasn't the same for me as it was for my male peers. My one boss, he openly said women have no place in the fire service. My other boss, when I was still a junior trainee, shut the door behind me, and he proceeded to, I thought it was a mentoring session, he proceeded to show me his penis. And I actually held in there strong. I was determined, I was doing a job I believed in, and I really loved it, especially when duty called. But one day, I think the day my spirit finally broke, even though I hung in for a few years after this, was when I walked in, and I found out that my bunk had been tampered with obscenely. When I talked to my boss, he said, "We don't assign bunks anyway, sleep somewhere else." And how do you know what that is supposed to be anyway? It's like, well, boss, all the guys have been joking around about spunk in the bunk for the last half hour for one thing. But aside from that, I've been here for 7 years, and I've heard it all and I've seen it all. So Santa, I wish it's for my son to pursue his dream. If he wants to be a firefighter, I want him to be a firefighter. I want him to know the bravery and the skill and the teamwork, the determination, even the fears that come with being the person who rides that shiny red truck while it's humming and you're donning gear and it's screaming and you're putting on a pack and you know that you can go in, and that day when you go into work, you might save a life. I want him to be able to do that, and I want him to be able to come home at the end of every day. Of course, as a mother, the number one thing is for him to come home healthy, in one piece, safe, physically, and mentally, and morally. I was on the job for 10 years. When the guys talk about grabbing someone's pussy, it's never just talk. They do it. The guys who don't do it, they learn to keep their mouths shut, because it's still considered a rite of passage and a mark of manhood to objectify and sexually assault women. We still reward predators. If you don't believe that, I don't know what much more proof you need than to be in our country right now. But I believe things can change. And when my boy, one day, if that day comes and he continues to want to do this job, I want to be able to see him do it and be able to do it without subscribing to a toxic culture that challenges the good person I know he is on the inside. No guy should ever have to choke down the baggage that comes with working in a toxic, sexist culture. And I know this is a tall order, Santa, because we know what we're getting right now. And a lot of us, we were holding out hope that yesterday some shit was going to go down and it wasn't going to happen. But hey, I still believe in Christmas miracles. I believe in a lot of miracles, and I think we can make a difference. And my son isn't the first generation that's going to do it. I think we're all going to do it. I think there are going to be a lot of important conversations. And while we're at it, Santa, one more thing, just for me. Can we drop the fireman thing? It's kind of corny. Like, firefighter, that's an awesome job title, right? Yeah. Like, how many jobs can you do that are legit that involve the word fighter? Like, that's awesome. So, I'm surprised 20-some years after I came into the job and was excited about it, we're still having this conversation. But, yeah, let's work on that, Santa. Let's try to get that out. And, Santa, thanks for listening, big guy. Shout out to Mrs. Claus. We know she's getting shit done too. Thanks a lot for listening. Love, Kathleen.